roadmap to reduce violence, how a $1 million grant is targeting crime in Madison and Dane County to stop a growing crisis before it happens. Plus, how do voters view the recent spike in shootings and other crime across the state? A political expert weighs in. And some new guidance when it comes to those boarding flights in the U.S. What the CDC now recommends both before and after your trip. It's all coming up right now. News 3 Now at 10. Stopping violence before it begins. That is Public Health Madison-Dane County's goal after announcing just over $1 million will be awarded to local groups working to make Dane County safer. As Brad Hamilton explains, this is part of their roadmap to reducing violence and improving safety in our community. Brad?
Eric, PHMDC is asking local groups who dedicate their time to the community outreach to apply for this grant, with the goal being simple: to find a way to make our homes safer.
Lindsay Busher has spent years working to prevent violence within the Madison community, and she says that none have been more challenging than the past two.
Gun violence, especially in Madison over the past two and a half years, just during the pandemic, has been exacerbated.
Which is why Busher, who is a member of Moms Demand Action, has spent her time hoping to convince public health to invest resources into preventing violence.
Just to be able to employ well-trained people, like pay these people real money to learn how to interact with victims and people before they become a suspect.
Today, Busher's call for help was finally answered.
We're excited to have the organizations in Madison and Dane County help public health to make our communities safer.
As PHMDC announced that they will be awarding $1 million over the next 2 years to programs within the community that work to stop violence before it happens.
In one neighborhood, it might be access to childcare. Another community, it might be increased access to education or mental health services. So depending on the types of organizations that serve different communities, they will tell us what the communities need, and the communities will also tell us what they need.
Busher hopes that this program will make an immediate impact, specifically pointing to a record high level of homicides in both 2020 and 2021 as something that needs to change as soon as possible. But tonight, she's going to take some time to reflect on all of that hard work paying off.
When you work on something, anything, and then just to finally see the news, like it's happening, it's such a relief.
The money being granted is paid for by the American Rescue Plan Act and will be given out over the next 2 years. Eric.
Brad, thank you. A double homicide trial in Madison expected to get underway tomorrow. 20-year-old Kari Sanford accused in the murders of his girlfriend's mother and father in the UW Arboretum back in 2020. Today, jury selection. Sanford's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide as party to a crime in the deaths of Dr. Beth Potter and her husband, Robin Kari. Also today, announcing the arrest of this man, 22-year-old Cameron Barber Smith. Police say he shot a man multiple times on Nakusa Trail earlier this month on the city's east side. Police say Barber Smith allegedly approached a house, shot the victim who was standing on a balcony. Multiple bullets also went into an apartment with 3 adults and a baby inside. All 4 were unhurt. Court records show his cash bond set at $150,000. A look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
Turned out to be a really pleasant Monday. It's hard to have a case of the Monday blues when it's sunny and nice outside. High temperatures in the mid-70s, which wasn't quite as warm as what we saw last week, but still above average. We started the day off in the low 50s. Now we're expecting a cooler trend for the next few days, but still pretty May-like outside. Right now we're close to 60 in Madison, 61 in Janesville. We have a clear sky overhead, so these temperatures will continue to drop for us overnight. Also have some drier air in place. Our relative humidity very low this afternoon, still low for us. And that's how it's going to stay as we look ahead to tomorrow morning. Now tomorrow morning should stay dry. Our Doppler track is still dry throughout the state, but as we look ahead to late Tuesday and certainly into Wednesday, it is going to get a little more humid outside. In fact, as we look at our dew points over the next 48 hours, you can see them increasing as we look ahead to Tuesday night and into Wednesday, with that next rain chance really building in. Now we'll take a closer look at the timing for that rain chance and how much accumulation we're expecting in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. Around the state, it's been a violent couple of weeks for the city of Milwaukee. Today, in this tweet, the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office says it has now investigated 18 homicides in just over 2 weeks' time. The victims ranging in age from 14 to 52 years old. The biggest shootings in the area last last Friday following the Bucs Game 6 right outside Fiserv Forum's Deer District. At least 21 people were shot and injured in 3 separate shootings. No one died, and today we are hearing directly from Bucs players about what happened.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop. There's so much to life. There's so much to life if we look for it. And my heart breaks when I hear stuff like that. It definitely, hurts a lot because, we embrace this city. We support this city. We try to do our best to, make the city as best as we can. So obviously it's hurtful.
This recent violence rippling across the state, quickly becoming a hot-button issue for politicians, especially those running for governor. But just how much of an impact does the issue of crime have on actual voters? It doesn't rank as important among other issues in the latest Marquette Law School poll, but poll director Charles Franklin says there are other reasons candidates may want to address it.
From a political point of view, the emotions that go with those horrendous crimes are a ready-made method for playing up an issue and gripping people with a visceral reaction to.
The other point is who this issue affects. The Marquette poll shows voters living in the city of Milwaukee, a bluer area, care more about the issue of crime than in the Milwaukee suburbs, traditionally redder. So this can really mean how candidates are defining themselves in the issue rather than appealing to their base itself. Police say the white suspect accused of killing 10 black people and injuring 3 others at a Buffalo, New York supermarket remains on suicide watch and is being held separate from other inmates. Meanwhile, the city at the center of the nation's latest mass shooting is trying to stand strong in the tragedy's aftermath. Michael George with the latest.
As Buffalo grieves, President Biden and the First Lady plan to visit Tuesday.
That the president is coming here shows how seriously he takes the issue of availability of guns, mass shootings, hate speech, things that we are dealing with out of this tragedy.
Monday, President Biden paid tribute to Aaron Salter, a 55-year-old retired police lieutenant who worked as a security guard at the Tops supermarket.
He actually was able to shoot the assailant twice, but he had on a bulletproof vest, and he lost his life in the process.
Police say the 18-year-old suspect drove more than 200 miles from his home in Conklin, New York, to kill as many black people as he could.
Possible active shooter at the top. This might be an individual in body armor.
Investigators are looking into the possibility the alleged gunman was motivated by a racist theory spreading online of a plot to diminish the influence of white people.
People are seeing these ideas. They're being radicalized by these ideas.
Authorities say the investigation into the rampage at this market, a cornerstone in this neighborhood, will take time.
We will continue as quickly as possible to process that scene so it can be released back to this community, which relies on this grocery store so much.
Fragrance Harris Stanfield is a cashier who was working alongside her daughter when the first shots rang out.
We saw the security guard backing up and responding to the threat, so we knew that we were being hit, and we ran.
Stanfield and her daughter were not harmed. Michael George, CBS News, Buffalo, New York.
Investigators say the suspect had plans to go to another store after the rampage, but he was arrested. They say he even scouted out the supermarket 2 months ago and visited the day before the shooting that left 10 people dead and 3 injured. He was arraigned on a murder charge over the weekend and pleaded not guilty. New tonight, a prominent Republican pointing the finger at her own party. Representative Liz Cheney tweeted this, quote, "The House GOP leadership has enabled white nationalism, white supremacy, and anti-Semitism. History has taught us that what begins with words ends in far worse. GOP leaders must renounce and reject these views and those who hold them." The company at the center of a nationwide baby formula recall entering into a consent decree with the Food and Drug Administration. It requires Abbott Laboratories to take certain steps regarding violations at its Sturgis, Michigan facility. Manufacturer says if a court approves the agreement, it could start the site within 2 weeks, and after that, it'll take 6 to 8 weeks for the products to reach store shelves. In the meantime, online marketplaces can be a helpful way of finding that formula, but be careful. The Wisconsin Better Business Bureau warns that scammers prey on people in need.
What scammers do is they look for situations here. They follow the news, and they have an opportunity here to throw up a fake website and get consumer money, get their personal information, and never send the product. So they do pry on the emotions, and this is a great example of them prying on the emotions of somebody who really needs it and is vulnerable.
Few surefire ways of spotting a fake site. First, look for an HTTPS in the website address. Then watch for spelling mistakes. Scammers notoriously change letters and website names. And look for contact info and search for the mailing address and phone number to verify it. Crisis in Ukraine coverage now, where Ukrainian forces have completed their combat mission in the besieged city of Mariupol. According to a statement by the country's military, commanders of the units stationed at the city's massive steelworks plant have been ordered to, quote, save the lives of their personnel. Hundreds of people were evacuated today from the plant, the last holdout in a city that had become a symbol of Ukrainian resistance under relentless Russian bombardment. Today, the U.S. Senate agreed to proceed on the nearly $40 billion bill for Ukraine military aid and humanitarian assistance. This sets the stage for a possible final vote by the end of the week. The House passed the measure overwhelmingly last week. And developing now, McDonald's says it is selling its business in Russia, saying in a statement that due to the war, having its franchise there is, quote, no longer tenable, nor is it consistent with McDonald's values. The burger giant made its debut in Russia more than 3 decades ago, but temporarily shut down hundreds of its locations following the unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. Well, check this out. Today, the U.S. Attorney's Office released images of a drug tunnel which was allegedly used to transport cocaine across the U.S.-Mexico border. 6 people are being charged for allegedly conspiring to distribute the drugs. Investigators say the tunnel ends at a warehouse in Otay Mesa, California. That's just east of the San Ysidro port of entry. The highly guarded port connects San Diego and Tijuana, and it is the 4th busiest land border crossing in the world. The Biden administration is making it easier for families to visit relatives in Cuba. State Department says it is reinstating the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program and increasing visa processing. President Biden pledged in 2020 to reverse the Trump-era Cuban policies. And a quick coronavirus update tonight. You can now order more free at-home COVID tests. The government first started offering them back in January. They announced a second round available to be shipped out in March. Now a third round of tests are available for order as well. Every home in the United States is eligible. Just go online to covid.gov to get yours. The CDC now wants people traveling on domestic flights to get tested for COVID both before and after the trip. CDC today updating its travel guidance. Previous recommendations suggested tests only for those who did not have up-to-date COVID vaccinations. Still ahead tonight, your forecast for the rest of the weekend. This nice weather will stick around. Plus, we'll meet the new chancellor at UW-Madison and her message as she takes over that role. Stay with us.
Gear this spring with 11% off everything at Menards. We've got your automotive needs covered, from tools, towing, and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Need ratchet straps? Got it. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. If your car has over 75,000 miles, it's time to step up and fight against engine breakdown with Valvoline's high mileage synthetic blend motor oil. A quart is $2.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? It's Fed Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Ho-Chunk Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells. An all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway Jew, the Mascot Theory, and Beth Killian. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit VetAidWI.com for details and to purchase tickets for Trace Atkins.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get Fritos or Cheetos, only $1.48. A 10-pound pack of chicken leg quarters, only $3.90. Lunchables, 3 for only $5. And select Pepsi products, 4 for only $10 when you buy 4. Tuesday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at Hy-Vee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is
so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat.
Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
Ladies, mountain biking isn't just for boys. Tomorrow, Josh Breiter tells us about a free, fun event that's teaching middle and high school girls how to ride.
Plus, we're tracking when you could see the next soggy commute. Join us tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Prices at the pump continue to shatter records. The national average for a gallon of regular hit $4.48 a gallon today. And AAA says prices could continue creeping up as we close in on the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Industry experts worry we may be well on our way to a nationwide average of $5 a gallon. Multiple states have already surpassed that. New tonight, Forever stamps are expected to go up in price in July from 58 to 60 cents. Costs for other mailing services are also expected to rise, including metered letters, domestic postcards, and international letters. The Postal Service first proposed the increases last month, blaming inflation and increased operating costs. Also new tonight, a candy recall notice. Skittles, Starburst, Lifesavers, gummies. Mars Wrigley Confectionery says there's a chance some of those items might have been contaminated with thin metal strands. The products were distributed in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. The company says it'll help retailers take the potentially tainted candy off store shelves. Continuing coverage, JetBlue wants Spirit Airlines, and the company is willing to stage a hostile takeover to get it. It's the latest twist in this industry battle for the low-cost carrier. Spirit has already rejected a takeover offer from JetBlue, deciding to merge with fellow budget airline Frontier instead. But JetBlue isn't backing down. It's going straight to Spirit's shareholders, urging them to vote against the Frontier deal and offering its own all-cash offer to $30 per share. More local news now. UW-Madison today making it official, naming Dr. Jennifer Mnuchin the new chancellor. UW-Madison, previously the dean of the law school at UCLA, now becoming the UW-Madison's 30th chancellor.
I can't wait to move to Madison and to lead UW-Madison, not only one of the nation's very best public universities, but a school that combines research excellence, access to a first-rate education, and care for students like no other. With engaging with stakeholders.
Officials said the UW System Board of Regents voted unanimously to approve her. Mnuchin replaces outgoing Chancellor Rebecca Blank, who is leaving UW for Northwestern. Mnuchin will begin her tenure on August 4th. And Dana Fulton joining us now with our certified most accurate forecast. Another trip to the classroom for you.
Yes.
Some kids, they're probably ready for the school year to end and looking forward to some weather.
Exactly.
Good weather.
When the weather's nice, it's hard to keep it. It is. They were all waiting for recess to come up. No, I had an amazing time today in Baraboo at St. Joseph's School with the fifth graders. And fifth grade's fun because there are a lot of bright questions in this group. A lot of curious minds about our forecast, what it's like to be a meteorologist, our climate in Wisconsin. So we had a wonderful time this morning. Of course, if you're ever interested in setting up any sort of weather chit-chat, we all really like to talk. You can shoot an email or Facebook or Twitter. Great way to get a hold of the entire weather team. Now, our Doppler track is nice and quiet for us right now throughout the state. Things mostly clear outside overnight. Off to the East Coast today, we did see some stronger thunderstorms passing through, a cold front driving storms in that direction. For us, we had a brief, weak cold front swing through today, keeping things a little windy outside earlier and cooler temperatures expected for us tomorrow. But the focus for our next rain chance still well off to the northwest. As this system builds east, it'll pass south of us, but we'll still see some showers swinging into parts of southern Wisconsin for Tuesday night heading into Wednesday. Overnight, mostly clear. Temperatures will drop down to the upper 40s for our overnight lows. Tuesday will start off partly sunny with a little bit of cloud coverage building in the afternoon, and a slight chance for showers in the afternoon, mainly west of Dane County. You could see some of those showers creeping in right around the evening commute. The bulk of this rain, though, comes through overnight into Wednesday morning. And for Wednesday, the morning commute is going to be a little soggy before things start to clear up right around noon. And in the afternoon, we might even see some pockets of sunshine coming through. Temperatures on Wednesday pull back to the mid-60s for afternoon highs. And general rainfall totals at about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, so a measurable amount for us Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Areas north of the Dells, not quite as much, but the southwestern portion of the state and heading into parts of Iowa, that's really where we'll see the highest accumulation totals from this event. For tomorrow, highs will be in the upper 60s, pretty close to average. We do pull back just a bit, though, from where we were at today. Sun in the morning with clouds in the afternoon, and that slight chance for a shower west of Dane County in the afternoon. The better chance for rain will really build in overnight. Our 6 to 10 day showing off a cooler trend expected. That lines up with the back half of our 10-day forecast where temperatures start to pull back below average. This time of year average is in the upper 60s, so that's where we'll land tomorrow. A bit below that on Wednesday, thanks to that rain chance holding on in the morning, that cloud coverage likely for the early portion of the afternoon. Partly sunny skies on Thursday with highs in the upper 70s. Pleasant outside for Thursday with a chance for rain Thursday night into Friday. We'll get the rain out of the way for the work week, and that leads us into drier conditions for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday both look partly sunny right now with highs in the low 60s. For next week, that cooler trend holds on. We stay in the mid to low 60s for afternoon highs with overnight lows near 50, and some more rain chances expected to build in. We'll have a few more rounds of rain for the middle of the work week.
The Madison Capitals' run for the Clark Cup continues. Are they going to be bringing back a 2-0 lead to Madison? Find out next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Did I do that? Every time.
Shh. You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Shh.
Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Wait, what'd you guys talk about?
The
math.
Libraries. Fine, you can drive to practice this weekend.
Well, that was easy.
What?
I mean, I love you guys.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count on. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
In Wisconsin, everything's gotten so expensive because America's too dependent on China. So we sure know phony baloney policies when we see them. Senator Ron Johnson voted against cracking down on China with higher tariffs and tougher trade deals, and even voted against punishing China for manipulating its currency. No wonder everything keeps going up and up and up. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
Packers starting off the week with a splash. Reports say the Green and Gold have re-signed cornerback Jair Alexander to a 4-year, $84 million contract extension, now making him the highest paid defensive back in the league. Now, included in this deal is a $30 million signing bonus. That also sets a record for his position. Alexander was drafted by the Packers back in 2018 as the 18th overall pick, and he quickly made a name for himself. Last season, the Pro Bowler saw some game action before suffering a shoulder injury that sidelined him for 13 games. He did, however, make it back in time for the playoffs. Brewers back home after a 9-game road trip, hosting the Braves for 3, and it's a pitcher's duel at AmFam Field. It finally gets broken up by Hunter Renfroe in the 6th. That wild pitch by Ian Anderson allows Renfroe to score, and on the bump tonight for the Brewers is Fastball Freddy. Yeah, he's living up to that nickname. Fans a season-high 10 batters over 7 innings of work and eclipses 500 career strikeouts. Brewers win it with a 1-0 shutout. The Warhawks, they're going dancing. Whitewater Baseball got its bid to the Division III NCAA tournament for the 14th straight season. They're also hosting once again, and it all begins on Friday with a 4-team regional. The Warhawks will take on the Milwaukee School of Engineering on Friday. First pitch is at 11, and since this tournament is double elimination, whoever comes out on top this weekend will advance to the Super Regionals. The Madison Capitals made their presence known in Sioux City. In Game 1 of their first ever Cup final, the MadCaps secured a win over the Musketeers to take a 1-0 lead. So just 2 more wins for the Caps. Back at it tonight for Game 2 of the series. Now in the closing seconds of the first period, the Musketeers bury one for the lead. MadCaps, they're struggling at one of their own tonight. Sioux City evens up the series with a 3-0 win. Now the finals come back to Madison for 2 games. The series resumes on Friday. Puck drops at 7. Badger men's hockey is welcoming back a familiar face. Former player Andy Brandt is joining the team as an assistant coach. Brandt played for UW from 2004 to 2007, helping the team capture the national title in 2006. He says it's a thrill to be back in Madison and help out what I think is the nation's greatest college hockey program. There's a lot of mixed emotions following the Bucks' exit from the playoffs. Understandably so because of the hype surrounding the title defense. But as hurt and disappointed as the team is that they couldn't advance, they have been pretty candid about expressing how proud they are of what they did this season, and especially during the playoffs while missing a key starter. Amongst all the ways the Bucks have talked about what they're feeling, Wesley Matthews might have put it best at the end of the year presser.
It's bittersweet, more bitter than sweet, I would say. But I'm grateful and, hoping to be back, wanting to be back, and running it again.
We'll be right back.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more. Pay no interest for 5 years and get free doorstep shipping. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness. It takes all the guesswork out of finding your perfect bed.
Violent and destructive riots in Kenosha, the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy, record-high homicides in Milwaukee, from defunding our police to releasing violent felons with low or no bail. Liberal Democrats have created the worst crime wave in decades. Senator Ron Johnson is standing with our brave law enforcement officers to keep Wisconsin families safe, and he wants to keep violent criminals behind bars where they belong.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say? He's insured.
Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
The youth of Dane County deserve a better future, and we want to give it to them. Join News 3 Now's Leah Linscheid and the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, Friday, May 20th, for the Hearts for Helping Paint the Town event. This colorful fundraiser is a fun-filled night with games, dinner, a live auction, and more. We would love to have you attend, participate, or support to help us paint the town with our Hearts for Helping 2022 event.
If you've been the victim of an accident with a truck, listen carefully. Your whole future, your family's future, is on the line.
I knew I only had one opportunity to get this right.
Call a truck accident lawyer with the experience and resources you need.
The initial offer from the insurance company was $100. Hupy and Abraham were able to get me much more than I expected. It was a huge settlement.
Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the rugged power of Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Want to know what the weather is like right now where you live? Download the First Warn Weather app and I'll give you my hour-by-hour forecast.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. Every day, News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, you no longer have to wait in line for the hot dogs at a handful of major league ballparks. Today, Uber announced people can be Uber lazy. They can use Uber Eats at stadiums. Customers can use the app to buy food at the concession stands for pickup. They just have to select their seat location, choose the concession stand closest to them. Don't want to have to walk too far. The food, when it's ready, you just go and pick it up. The feature is currently available at 7 stadiums, not AmFam Field just yet.
There's one person that the story applies to.
Me.
You.
Because I don't like to walk far from my beer and my brat at the Brewer game.
But who also enjoys baseball and hot dogs? It's Gary Canalti, guys.
That's where he is tonight.
That's where he is right now. So
last year, you know, he was a good luck charm for the Cubs, and they're terrible again this year. And he went, and they were up 8-0 in the first inning.
It was Gary. He showed up there, and he was sparkling.
We can't have him, Brewer fans. We can't have him in many more times.
No. We'll lock him in the weather office, guys. I promise. We can make that happen.
It was kind of nice out tonight, but it was a little on the cool side as night fell.
A little cool and a little breezy earlier. We did see some wind gusts earlier this afternoon, close to 30 miles per hour. Now tomorrow it'll be even cooler. Highs will be in the upper 60s with a shower chance building in late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. It'll be milder on Thursday, but cool for this weekend and more rain expected next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great night.